Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today I asked ChatGPT to give me its SEO tips. So let's see how good some of these SEO tips are. It'll be very interesting to see what it has come back with. So SEO tip number one is focus on content quality. Yeah, I agree. Create high quality, informative and valuable content that addresses needs and questions on your audience. Content is still king. Now, this is very true. I do feel like that even if you did have the best backlinks, but your content was absolutely garbage, you are going to struggle when it comes to ranking. So just bear that in mind when you are looking to scale out a website. You want to be focusing on quality content and also quality backlinks as well. So tip number two, use relevant keywords, use relevant keywords, research and use keywords that your target audience is searching for, incorporate them naturally into your titles, headings, and throughout your content. Yeah, I agree. I have actually done a video on this. So what I recommend doing here is looking at tools like Google Search Console, seeing your secondary keywords and essentially incorporating that into your content. So for example, if you have got an article on the best mechanical keyboards, you might also be getting impressions on that page for the best gaming mechanical keyboards. So you might want to incorporate that onto the actual page, and it's an LSI or a very closely relevant keyword to best mechanical keyboards. So making certain that you're actually varying up your content is so far so good, the SEO tips. Optimize meta tags. Make sure your title tag and your meta description are informative and contain relevant keywords. They should be compelling to encourage click-through rates from search results. Yeah, I agree with that. Making certain that your title tag is flashy, so it grabs somebody's attention. One thing that I would also recommend with that is the fact that having your keyword in your page title, your H1, your meta description, the first sentence on your website page, and also in your URL as well. So if you're trying to rank for best running shoes, cadredash.com/best running shoes might be your URL, but then you might have a variation of that in your page title, your meta description, your H1. So tip number 4. Improve user experience. Ensure your website is user-friendly, easy to navigate, and fast. Google's page experience signals include core web vitals are important for ranking. So I partially agree with this, but I also partially disagree with this, right? So unless your website takes 14, or maybe not 14 minutes, but let's say your website takes a minute to load, then you have got a serious problem, right? But let's say if you are ranking, or if you're scoring 80 out of 100 on the core web vitals, your website's pretty much above average for a lot of cases, right? So just make certain that you're getting a good enough score. But if, say for example, you're spending endless amounts of hours trying to get from 80 to 85, it's not going to jump your website to position 1, right? There's a lot more higher ROI tasks to do. Ensure your website is user-friendly. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Easy to navigate, user-friendly is definitely key when it comes to ranking a website. Mobile optimization. With mobile first indexing, your site must be responsive and work well on mobile devices. So not many people actually know this, which is quite surprising. But back in 2021 or 2022, I don't know the exact date. I just know it was maybe a couple of years ago now. Google actually switched over to mobile first indexing. So when Google is crawling your website and understanding what your website is about, they're not looking at the desktop version. They're actually looking at it on your mobile phone. So just bear that in mind when you are looking to build out a website. Let's say you are looking to hire a web developer. Just make certain that they're essentially making it mobile friendly. In some cases, people are actually doing mobile first design websites. Now, Do I agree with that? I feel like you should have a good user experience both on desktop and mobile, but just one thing to bear in mind. Use internal linking. Link to other pages within your website which are relevant. This helps search engines understand the structure of your site and distribute page authority throughout. Yes, I agree with this. There's been a lot of people such as Carol Roof, etc., that have spoke about this in detail. I've actually done a video series on this and how to do internal linking. But for example, you should just be internally linking to other relevant pages. Just think of the user journey. If you are a solar panel company that sells solar panels, typically speaking, people would want to know how much are solar panels, or how many solar panels do they need. So internally linking to a blog post talking about, hey, this is how you calculate how many solar panels you need. You need to calculate how many lights or how many bedrooms you have in your house. So you internally linking just makes it for a good user journey. And again, Google understands what your entire website is about as well. Optimize images. Use descriptive file names and alt text for your images. Compress them to speed up the loading times. Yes, this is super important. Making certain that you are renaming the file of the image prior to even uploading them helps big time when it comes to ranking your images in Google Images. So again, if you have a very visual product, let's say you're an e-commerce store, you definitely want to be doing this. Or let's say you are a home renovation guy and let's say you do bathroom remodeling, having nice bathroom remodeling photos as case study photos definitely does help when it comes to ranking them in Google. So then you have got secure site. Use HTTPS to secure your site. Security is a ranking factor for Google. So if you have got a contact form, if you have got a payment processor, for example, if you're an e-commerce store, these are super important to have an SSL. I reckon that a lot of people watching this do have an SSL, so I'm not even going to deep dive into this so much. Create fresh content regularly. Updating your site with new and relevant content can attract search engines and visitors. I'm also going to put a caveat to this and also say go back and re-optimize previously uploaded articles as well. So for example, an article from 2 years ago might not be up to date now. So just bear that in mind when you are doing this. But again, so far so good. 9 tips from ChatGPT, all 9 I probably agree with. Optimize for local SEO. If you have a local business, optimize your site for local search. This includes creating Google My Business account and getting listed in local directories. Yeah, I can't disagree. This is probably one thing that I would do for a lot of local websites. If you haven't already, get a Google My Business and get listed in a load of directories. Obviously start to focus on long tail keywords as well. So like blog articles, creating content fresh. So doing that will help. Then use of social media. Share your content on social media platforms to generate traffic and backlinks. So one thing that I would say is if this sentence had ended with to generate traffic, I would agree. Typically speaking, the links from, for example, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff, they're not going to be needle pushing links. It will help drive traffic through to your website, but it's not going to drive power. It's not going to drive domain authority to your website. So just bear that in mind. There are definitely better options for link building, such as guest posts, niche edits, PR, tiered link building, etc. So just bear that in mind. Again, so far, so good. There's nothing that I completely disagree with on this list. Number 12 is build quality backlinks. Get more reputable websites to link to your content. This shows search engines that your content is valuable and authoritative. So yeah, I agree. Doing outreach, making certain that you are getting essentially vouchers from other websites linking back to your website helps big time. The best way that I can describe this is it's almost as if it's like a vote. A positive vote to say like, yes, BBC has linked to whoever's website, your website, my website. And Google will see that, so just bear that in mind. Use Schema Markup. Implement structured data and markup to help search engines understand the content of your pages and better provide rich snippets in the search results. Yes. So basically, you have got various different types of schema. You have got organization schema, you have local business schema, you have review schema, FAQ schema, how-to schema. You have it all. You also have like recipe schema. So if any of you guys are do have like recipe blogs and stuff, make certain to include that. But using schema markup, it does definitely help. It can be a little bit time consuming. So what I would recommend doing is using, there are various different types of tools. Like I believe Rank Math and Yoast now have a schema markup section within the plugin. You can also use ChatGPT as well to do schema markup. Number 14, monitor your SEO performance. Use tools like Google Analytics and Google Search Console to track your performance and identify areas for improvement. Yeah, I agree with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's SEO 101, really. You should have like Google Search Console and Analytics to set up just so you can understand the weak points on your website. Stay updated with SEO trends. Search engine algorithms are constantly changing. Keeping yourself informed and about the latest SEO trends and updates. Yeah, so this is the main reason why I recommend, if, say, for example, you're not willing to dedicate a lot of time into SEO, just go and hire a well-vetted SEO agency. If you guys do need help, I'm here. But search engine algorithms are constantly updating, as we can all know. We have had 2 HCU updates. We had one in March and also one in September. A lot of websites went down, a lot of websites came up. And if you're not following the SEO trends and if you're not well kept up to date on certain stuff, you can very quickly be out of trend, and you might be doing something that worked 12 months ago and it's not working now. So just bear that in mind. You should be keeping up to date with SEO news. Avoid black hat techniques. Stay away from SEO tactics that trick search engines, such as keyword stuffing, cloaking, using private link networks. These can result in penalties. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing to disagree there with. There has been a lot of websites or website owners that have come to me. They might have been doing some black hat techniques, or they might have had some negative SEO, and they have essentially been penalized. I've been able to help them remove that penalty as well. So yeah, I would agree with number 16. And number 17, which I believe is the last one, improve site structure. A well-organized site with a clear hierarchy and silo structure helps search engines understand your site's content better. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Like, for example, a lot of websites that I look at, this is probably one of the biggest things that they do very poorly in. And the best way that you can obviously do that is just read up a couple articles. You've obviously got various different silo structures you can follow, various different internal linking strategies that you can do. The list goes on and on. E-commerce websites typically have got a good website structure. So just pull up any e-commerce site and you'll very quickly realize what I mean by the website hierarchy. So that has been our 17 SEO tips by ChatGPT. I actually think they're actually pretty decent, some of these. Like, again, some of them are pretty basic, some of them are a little bit more advanced. But on the grand scheme of things, there wasn't anything that I completely disagree with. Some of the stuff, like for example, SSL's self-explanatory. But yeah, let me know if there are any SEO tips that you would add to this list. And if you guys do have any questions, drop them down in the comment section. And if you guys do want a free 15-minute growth strategy call for your website, make sure to check out casual-dash.com. The link is in the description. Thanks.